And I had a very naive perspective when I was in the 90s. I was looking at the United States, I was looking at the West, and say, okay, all these baby boomers are going to come offline, retire and whatever, and they're going to sell their stock. They're going to sell their companies. Hey, we got China. They're going to come and buy all the stocks, so we don't have to worry about when they all start selling it, because it's supply and demand. The only reason Bitcoin is sitting at what it is because it doesn't produce anything, right? Like, and you compare it to a penny, worse than a penny stock, right?
Yeah, it's worse than a penny stock because there's nothing there. It's all based on
Yeah,
hopium. It's all based on
it
hopium.
is, and it's because people are pushing their money. And the last thing I want to share with people is that while so many people, anywhere from $4 to $7 trillion, has gone into the basis of like our basis of our next book, Killing Crypto, has gone into crypto. This alternative money system. Well, guess what? Nothing is allowed to exist unless it's permitted, especially in the financial system. So while everyone's moving, they're moving this way to buy crypto, and they think it's the greatest thing in the world. Adrian, let's close up and tell our viewers what all the central banks in the world are planning to do while everyone's buying crypto, what they're doing.
Central banks around the world are collectively buying up all the gold they can get their hands on. There is a plan afoot that every country has something called the uh, gold revaluation account. Gold has been elevated from a tier 3 asset under Basel III to a tier 1 asset, which means it's at the same level as treasury. So central banks can hold gold as a asset on their books for the same reason that they're holding treasuries. So while the governments are pushing for stablecoin, that's what the U.S. government is pushing for right now, where the financial players are saying that put your money in stablecoin. It's going to be the next best thing. It's private. So the public message is buy CBDCs. Sorry, buy Bitcoin, buy cryptocurrency, stablecoin. While the central bankers are buying gold, they're buying the real store of value, and they're pushing on the message that the way to protect yourself is to buy electronic fiat tokens, I guess you want to call it that. There's nothing there other than
Well, just to round up, in essence, you got to get a hold of gold. I
yep,
recommend that you take possession of it. They're
yep,
planning to revalue it. Some estimates show a minimum of $20,000 and as high as
100,000. Peter Schiff is
100,
predicting 100,000.
right? And in essence, they'll be able to do it because they're seizing all the gold because there's something called the codex. And in essence, for people who buy it in their IRAs or what the Canadian equivalent, the RRSP, and they think they have the gold, they don't have the gold. They have a promissory note. If you can't touch it, bury it, protect it yourself, you don't own it. Because for every ounce of gold, there's like 200 to 1,000 pieces of paper claimed to that ounce. And they write this paper because it suppresses the price of it. And when people start asking for their gold, they're going to find out they don't have it. And the price is just going to skyrocket. And this is very important for each of you who are listening to consider, because I'm not a gold bug. It's still history. And I realized that Adrian and I were very focused on de-risking, and that's your portfolio, into things that are growing. And there's nothing that's done better than gold in the last few years. Nothing. Like, look at the price. And rematerializing what's important.